Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Laila Ravindra and I'm student of English Education in Sultan Syarif Qasim Islamic University. Here is my explanations about modal verbs that include can, could, have to, must, should, and subjunctive I suggest you. Modal verbs. Modal verbs are auxiliary verbs, also calling helping verbs, like can, will, could, shall, must, would, might, and should. After a modal verb, the root form of a verb is generally used. The word to should not appear after a modal verb. An exception is the phrase ought to, which is considered as a modal verb. Definition of a modal auxiliary. An auxiliary verb such as can, must, may, that is characteristically used with a verb of predictions and express a modal modifications, and that in English differs formally from other verbs in lacking s and ing forms. What is modal verb? A small group of auxiliary verbs called modal verbs or modal auxiliaries or simple modals that are only used in combination with ordinary verbs. Modal verbs change to other verbs meaning to something different from simple fact. Modals may express permissions, ability, predictions, possibility, or necessity. The principal modal verbs are can, could, might, must, ought, shall, should, will, and would. The modal verbs are different from ordinary verbs in several ways. First, they have no inflection at all. That is, they lack an ing form, an ed form, and even an s form for the third person singular. Second, a modal verb is always followed by infinitive form of a verb, unless the verb has already been stated but never follows another verb. Third, modal verbs don't follow to and are not followed by to, ought to, like the near modal verb have to. It is a special case. In their simple form, modal verbs normally refer to present or future time, such as I must be nearly there by now, or I might arrive a bit later than I'd anticipate. The third, a trip like this can take hours more than one expects. And now, let's come in auxiliary verbs. First is can. Can is an auxiliary modal used to indicate the ability to do something. In addition to showing ability or potential, can also be used to avert oneself. In the negative form, can denotes inability or impossibility, while in the interrogative form, can also be used to ask ability or ask for help. Example, first, I can help you to repair this if you like. Second, she can sing all day long if she is allowed to. For the interrogative, like, can you fix this computer in an hour? And next is, they can kill you if they know that you have done. Last is, we can help you to raise your children. Don't worry about them anymore. Could. Could is a modal auxiliary which has a similar function to can. However, in this use, could seem more formal and polite. In addition, could can be also used to express the ability to do something but not sure. In the negative form, could means not possible, while in interrogative form, could is useful for asking for help. Example, I could take you to your house. Don't think about it too much. And for the future, I'll call my friends. Maybe they could help you to lift that up. For interrogative, for asking something, it is getting cold here. Could you turn off the air conditioner? For the negative form, I couldn't do that again for you, sorry. And the next is, I'm on hectic time now. Don't worry, we could do it together. Should. Should is actually the past form of shall, but its application, the meaning of this auxiliary modal is slightly different. Just like shall, should can also mean should. However, should tends to be used for suggestion or criticism. Besides that, should can be also used to express regret for not doing something. Example, I should have done my homework earlier. Second, Reza looks so pale. I think he should go to hospital right now. That's for the suggestion. And the third is, you should check yourself first before you mind others' business. And last is, I don't want to go. There should be many people at the park now. And for the negative form, it would like, we shouldn't underestimate other teams, even if we almost win them. Must. Must is an auxiliary modal which is used to express necessity. In addition, must can also be used to show confidence in an opinion. Example, we must arrive at school at least 5 minutes before the bell rings. And the second is suggestion from, you must understand this, Erica. There's no way I would betray our love. Third, I must not tell lies to my parents. I don't want to make a scene. And the fourth interrogative form, you must be so tired dealing with your family, right? And last is, there must be something between you two, because both of you look different. Have to. Have to isn't an auxiliary verb. It uses the verb have as a main verb. We include have to here for convenience, have to for objective obligation. We often use have to say that something is obligatory. For example, children have to go to school. Structure of have to is often grouped with modal auxiliary verbs for convenience, but in effect it is not a modal verb. Is it not even an auxiliary verb? In the have to structure, have is a main verb. The basic structure for have to is subject plus auxiliary verb, first have, first to infinitive. Have to express impersonal obligation. The subject of have to is obligate or forced to act by a separate external power, for example, the law or school rules. Have to is objective. Look at this example. In France, you have to drive on the right. And second, in England, most school children have to wear a uniform. In each of the above cases, the obligation is not the subject's opinion or idea. The obligation comes from outside. We can use have to in all tenses. Here are some examples. In past simple, I had to work yesterday. And for present simple form, I have to work today. And next is future simple forms. I will have to work. Difference between must and have to. In affirmative, must express obligation imposed by the speaker. Example, Mom, you must wipe your feet when you come in. Meanwhile, have to express external obligation. Example, I have to wipe my feet every time I come in. And the last is subjunctive. Subjunctive function. Subjunctive function is suggestion. This type of subjunction is used to emphasize something that is urgent or must be done immediately, or something important to be done immediately. This type of subjunctive is used after a certain expression. See the examples below. Example, I suggest that she study. For interrogative, it is essential that we be there punctually. The last example is, Putri recommended that you join the committee. I think just that all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.